Phone call. So, a few things I need to talk about. I've been seeing a therapist for a little while now, and it was very hard for me to bring up what I did today in therapy, but I did it because I felt the need. um, and I told him that I felt very guilty for even bringing this up. But it's a great thing that I did, and I need to share. And because I know that this is way more common than I thought that it was. I thought that it was just me who was weird or damaged or, I don't know, just a bad human being, but I guess not. So I told him about some things that happened to me in childhood, and that I never thought that it was a big deal. It never was to me in my mind. There was a family friend, a neighbor. I was 6 years old. And back then, in my little mind, he was my best friend. He was amazing in my mind then, and loved me like no one has ever loved me before. But some very inappropriate things happened. As I grew up, I knew that those things were inappropriate, but it still didn't seem like that big of a deal. I just always thought it just wasn't even, all the problems that I've ever had in life, I never connected it to that. But for a few years now, for whatever reason, these things have been bothering me, and I just can't really figure out why. I can't put my finger on why that they've been bothering me and not been able to leave my thoughts. So I shared them with my therapist, and I have children who are and were around the age that I was when all of this happened. So he asked me today, the things that happened to me, would I be upset if they happened to my own children? And I can't really even stomach the thought of that happening to my kids. But for some reason, it was always okay in my mind that it happened to me. I'm not sure why. I think there's some kind of disconnect between me and myself. Like, things that happen to me, I've been conditioned, like, it doesn't really bother me. And I've always been that way. It just doesn't bother me. I just always think that it's fine, it's okay, everyone goes through things like this, it's just life, blah, blah, blah. Well, the reason why I felt the need to make this video is because, actually, it was just a relief, therapy today, because for so long, I've suffered with depression, anxiety, dissociation. I just have like this massive disconnect, and I'm extremely codependent, and all these bad labels, Well, there's a reason for it. I always thought the reason was I was just born screwed. I'm just a bad human being. I'm just a messed up kid, or I was, and grew up to be a messed up adult, and these things just aren't true. The things that happened, they conditioned me to be the person that I am today. And the thing that is so relieving about sharing these things with my therapist and everything is that I'm actually okay. Once I acknowledge why I am the way I am, have the thoughts that I do, I can kind of start to live above that and just know that I'm okay, and that I just want people to know that if you are ever experiencing things like major depression, suicidal thoughts, things like that, yeah, it's you're not just some fucked up person. You should really be strong enough to seek help. I was actually in the situation where I reached a point in my life where I actually really hate this life, this reality. I just do. Depression was taking over big time. Um, Suicide was becoming more and more of a option for me, and I mean, I really thought about it, debated it, and I was trying to figure out, you know, well, first of all, let me say this too. For so long, for so many years, it, I it didn't matter to me what I was going through or how I felt or anything like that. It was always people around me. Are they okay? And how can I be a benefit to them? You know. But so while I was trying to figure out this whole little suicide plan, I was trying to figure out actually the main concern that I had was, are my kids going to be okay? I hate myself for even thinking that I could possibly take myself away from them, but maybe they would be better off without somebody as fucked up as me in their life. I was thinking that, like, that was actually like a reality for me, a real thought. And I thought, I kept like, okay, this will be okay, that'll be okay. My daughter, she's so strong, she's so amazing. She's gonna be okay. I mean, she's gonna go on to do amazing things. She is, regardless of what happens to me. She's gonna be well taken care of. She's fine. My son, I was kind of worried about his other side of the family and how things would turn out for him if I wasn't around. So that is the reason why I said, yeah, fuck, I can't. Suicide can't even be an option because I need to be in his life to make sure that he's okay. So, one of the things that I had to do to better myself and make myself okay was to start going to therapy.